as an entrepreneur, what have been some of the pluses of running your own business?
There are a lot. Some of the pluses are um, you can work on a project for a fraction of the time that you work on when you work for somebody else and make just as much money as you would if you worked all year for a corporation and had an annual salary. Um, you can have the gift of time and the flexibility of time. Um, you can make a conscious decision to not go into office today or to say I'm going to leave at this time so that I can be at my kids' program or at their rehearsal or their practice or their game. Um, I think that was one of the more rewarding aspects of being an entrepreneur for me is the fact that I could be present for my kids as much as I wanted to, needed to, or they needed me to be. Um, and you don't get that time back. I mean,
hmm Is
looking at
that opportunity connected to your values?
oh, absolutely. That opportunity is definitely connected to my values. Family is very important, but also knowing and recognizing the the fact of what that what that meant or what that will mean to my kids when they get older. Because I look back on what I probably didn't even really think that much about when I was a young kid, like playing baseball, right? Um, but I remember vividly the two times that my father was able to come to any of my games. I remember it vividly. It was only twice that he came to my games. And it's not that because he didn't want to. My father was it was two things. One, my father passed away when I was 10 years old, right? So he didn't have a lot of time to do that, right? But the other thing is he was a bricklayer. So a lot of my sports were during the day or on weekends while he was working.
hmm
And he had to work, right? Um, and so he missed a lot of those. But my mom came. My mom came, even though she worked and sometimes had transportation issues to get there, but she figured it out and she got to my games. Um, but I didn't really think about it until I got older. And I was like, you know what? Why is it that I can remember the two times that my father had a chance to see me play? It was because it was extremely limited or infrequent. And I made a conscious decision that, you know, my kids wouldn't it would be hard for them to pick the one or two times that I will be there as much as I could. And in the case of my son, heck, I coached him for many years. So I was at every game. And even now, like when he in high school, and those games start, they're at the field 3:30. Those games start. Some of them start at 3:30, 2:45, 4 o'clock. I'm at every game.
hmm
I'm at every game.
hmm
Um, and the reason being is because soon that will be over. And the thing that I want to leave him with is when he gets older, I want him to have a different narrative than I had. And his narrative would be my dad was at every one of my games or all of the games that he was at so many I can't remember when he was.
Yeah.
Okay. And
What?
there's
Oh,
a sacrifice. There's a sacrifice because you spend all that time doing that. You that's time you could be doing business or doing things. But one of the things that I learned a long time ago, and I think it's true today for me. You can't take it with you. So
Amen.
you can always earn more money. But when I've been to a lot of memorial services. In fact, I came from one today. Um, I don't recall anybody talking about how much money that individual had. They were talking about who they impact, what lives they impacted, how they made them feel when they were with them, what experiences they had with them. It was nothing about what they had. They didn't talk about what kind of car he drove. They didn't talk about how big his house was.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't talk about how much money he had in the bank. No, nobody talked about that. And I don't see any room in the casket for you to put anything in there. So I'm like, none of that matters. So when you talk about values and alignment, it's on so many different dimensions. It all goes back to just some basic stuff. We're only here but a minute, and we got to make very good use of that time and impact lives while we're here. Because it's those lives that we impact and those memories that are going to be that's our legacy. It's not it's, it's not measured in zeros in your bank account.